Safe Haven Sanctuary. My name is Samantha, and I am your favorite relationship mentor and spiritual guide. If you're looking for some one-on-one mentorship that's going to change your life, change your relationship with yourself, change your relationship with other people around you, please feel free to send me a message on social media at Safe Haven Sanctuary _ or you can go to my website and you can book a free discovery call at www.samanthasafehavensanctuary.com. Let's get into today's topic. Now, really, the one key thing that I see missing from relationships is the openness and willingness to evolve together. Really. And usually one person is a little bit more evolved than the other person, and that's fine. Okay, we're all different. We're all in our different journeys. But have you ever thought about in your relationship, like, what if we evolved together? Has that ever been a consideration of what you thought of in your relationship? Because if one person is evolving and accelerating at a different pace than the other, there needs to be a point where the other person catches up, because there's going to be a point where there's going to be an imbalance. One person is going to be feeling less fulfilled, the other person is going to be feeling inferior. And, well, we want harmonious and loving relationships. Harmonious means that it's in unity, it's in together, it's in flow. And that doesn't mean that we don't have any problems or conflict. Like, that obviously doesn't exist in any relationship. But the way we move through them can be through flow. And it can be through loving acts, loving communication, respect and kindness, right? And so let's talk about ways that we can evolve as human beings individually, but also within our relationships. So the number one is, you guessed it, hire a mentor. It doesn't have to be me, okay? But you will be getting so much from me, so much wisdom if you do. But really, hire a mentor that resonates with you. You know, someone who understands you, someone who really cares and takes the time to listen to what you're saying, to listen to your partner. Like, maybe you're seeing a counselor or a therapist or a mentor. Maybe you're seeing the same mentor, but you have individual sessions with them, and then you have sessions together as a couple, right? And that's what I do with my clients. Is I have, for couples who I see, I have meetings with them on their own individually, and then I have meetings with them together. And I act as like a mediator, and I provide different perspectives, right? And it's important, especially when you're hiring a mentor to help within your relationship, whether it's with yourself or your partner and you guys together or individual, they need to be neutral. You know, you need to feel supported. You need to feel understood, but they need to be able to provide you with that perspective that you may not be considering. Because if we want to grow as an individual and also with the people around us, we need to be provided with multiple perspectives, because everyone is going through different things. Everyone is going to respond differently. Everyone's going to show up differently. And sometimes we need that different perspective to get us to think differently, get us to respond, and maybe thinking of different ways on how to engage in a situation differently based on different perspectives. Because your perspective and your partner's perspective, or if it's a friendship or a familialship, their perspective is going to be different than yours, because you guys have completely different experiences. And that's the thing that happens in relationships, is that we expect our partners to have the same perspective as us. And it's not realistic, because we have different experiences. Maybe you have similar experiences to each other, but you guys also have completely different nervous systems. You guys process things differently. Even if it's similar, no one person processes the same thing as another person. Like, no one in this world processes things in the exact same way. It's like having like a fingerprint. Nobody in the world has your same fingerprint. It's the same thing with your nervous system. It's the same thing with how you process things and how you experience things in life. And so to have a good mentor to guide you through that, That's what's going to help you evolve together and individually. The second thing is planning things together that you guys both enjoy. Things that are going to bond you guys, like learning a skill together, learning a different language together, maybe, doing a paint night together, doing something that you can do and build together. Because when you do something with someone, when you build something with someone together, you're building a bond of trust. Because when you are engaging in this skill or activity, you guys, it's an activity of trust and dependence and reliability. And so, that might look different in every relationship. So figure out what works for you and your partner. And this could even apply for like your friendships too. I know I've gone through some rocky times with my friends, and we've obviously we've had conversations about it, but we go out, we schedule time for each other to make space for each other to talk, or maybe we go and do a fun activity. And that's another thing that's missing from the evolving process that I see in so many of my clients, is like everyone's so caught up in their problems and so caught up in trying to fix the problem, when sometimes, like, yes, we need to heal our wounds, and I'm all for that, trust me. I am all for that. I'm not discounting that. But what I think is missing, and I saw this because I've been in mainstream therapy for like a really long time, and that's why I've decided to pursue mentorship, because it's very different. I get to include that clinical side, but also what's missing is the fun and the joy. Like, how are you bringing fun and joy into your relationship? Because that's going to help you evolve as a couple and connect more as well too. A part of it, you can't just be the couple who's just always having fun too. Like, there needs to be serious and hard conversations that need to be had. There needs to be, there's other aspects to a relationship, but fun needs to be there too. There's so many layers. And so think about that. When you did take a moment to reflect on all of your relationships, like, where is fun lacking in your relationships, including the one with yourself? Like, are you taking time for yourself to go out and do things that you enjoy, that fill you up? Like, I can't stress enough how important that is. And when you have fun and joy, you expand your energy, you expand your heart. Your heart opens up more to receiving, because you're changing your frequency. And I know sometimes it's really hard when you're in a hard situation with your partner. Maybe you guys are going through a rough patch. It's really hard to even think about fun. Like, maybe you don't even want to be around them right now. But if you're choosing to stay with them, then there needs to be that effort put in. Because also with that, fun is what's gonna bring back an excitement and love into your relationship, along with other things like trust and loyalty and confidence within each other. Okay, another thing you guys can do to evolve your relationship with yourself and with others is, even though it's involving others, you really need to build that trust within yourself. Because when you have that trust within yourself, when you're so connected to your intuition, and your intuition is guiding you throughout your relationships, that's what's happening all the time. Your intuition is within you. You've never lost your intuition. It's just a matter of reconnecting with it, because we can disconnect from it sometimes, but it's always within you. It hasn't gone anywhere. And when you are connected to your intuition, it's going to allow you to navigate through your relationships through a soulful approach, through a heart-led approach. And you're going to know, because your intuition is going to tell you, okay, this feels right, okay, this doesn't feel right. And I think it's important that we pay attention to that we continue to build that trust within ourselves. Because then when we trust ourselves, and I'm not saying we don't have to trust others, but I'm going to sort of say it like that, is like, when you have complete trust within yourself, you don't need to trust others. Because you're going to trust that your feelings towards that other person, whatever it's telling you, whether it's like, okay, this person's safe, okay, this person is lying, or whatever it is, you're going to be able to trust that, and that's what's going to guide you. I hope that made sense. Yeah, so these are just a few tips on how you can evolve your relationship with yourself and with others. And I have tons more of tips and tools. Like, I have been doing this work for a really long time, over 10 years. I've been in the social work field since I was 19, and I'm turning 30 this year. And I have my own personal experiences. So I have pretty much 30 years of experience, personal experience and professional experience. I'm an expert in helping people to really, I'm really, really gifted at being able to pinpoint where wounds come from, how to heal them. I have an immense amount of tools, high quality tools. And not just I know a lot of people like tools that, like step-by-step processes, and that's not necessarily how I work. I don't think there's a step-by-step process to healing, because everyone's healing process is so different. But I do think that connecting to your body, connecting to your intuition, your heart, your soul, your mind, all of those things need to be synchronized in order to start healing. And I have worked with survivors of trauma for over 10 years, and I'm really familiar. I don't even want to say familiar, I'm really, really knowledgeable in how to regulate your nervous system. And in order to heal the relationship with yourself, because that's where it all starts, you need to have a regulated nervous system. You cannot heal if you're in survival mode. It's just, you can't. If you're in survival mode constantly, and you're in trauma response mode constantly, it's damaging your brain cells. You're not going to be able to think properly. It's going to damage your memory. It's going to damage a lot of things. It's going to damage the way that you're responding to your external world. And so it's important. The foundation of your healing is regulating your nervous system. And then we can get into, deeper concepts of relationship with yourself and relationship with others. And I have a lot of tools for that. So if you are interested in learning more about how to regulate your nervous system, how to create a beautiful and healthy, harmonious, loving relationship with yourself, because that is where it starts. That's where it starts, my love. Trust me. You can send me a message, you can DM me, you can sign up for a free discovery call, and I would love and be honored to hear about your experience. I had to go through this alone at times until I found help. I still see a mentor, I still see my therapist. I have so much support because I know it helps, I know it works. And I only work with the best. And I'm telling you that you're not going to regret making this investment in yourself. So feel free to contact me and let's just have a conversation. No pressure. I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful day. Take very good care.